Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And yes, I have a huge announcement for you guys. I have a lot on the go. I don't know, I haven't been very focused on YouTube for a while. Well, not for a while per se. I've had other things on the mind though, and I've talked about making this film before, but back then, while it was still in production, it was easier to manage both. But I didn't exactly predict, I guess you could say. I didn't exactly estimate just how attached to it I would be in post-production. Every day after work and everything, all my free time, I've just been dedicating it to making this film as good as it's going to get. And I am very proud of what I've made so far. I'm very proud of how it's turned out. Now I can't, and nor do I want to reveal too much about it right now. I'm gonna kind of wait till it's a bit further on in production, put out a trailer, stuff like that. But the point is, YouTube's taking a significant backseat more than it usually does, right? It's just one of those things, because it kind of takes everything and like all the energy that I would have put into recording or editing a YouTube video, and uses it. I guess there's no other way to put it. When I was really attached to drawing, and I still am, but it's not like my main time spender right now. That was still easy because that was like a completely different thing. So I'd sit there, I'd draw for a little bit, and then I'd go down and I'd play video games, and that would be fine. And then I'd, record a video and edit it, upload it while I'm drawing, and that was just the way it was. But with editing, I'm sitting at a computer screen the whole time. I'm staring at a video and watching it over and over again, thinking how I can make it better, where the sound cues need to go, and the coloring and everything, the lighting and everything. Doing that for the film, and then switching to a different screen to record something, to switch back to a different screen and edit that thing, is not exactly entertaining, if you catch my drift. Because I'm basically editing one video, stopping for a minute to look at a different screen, and then editing another video just to go back to edit the other video afterwards. They don't pair well together. I don't know. So I haven't been that focused on YouTube as of late. It's the main crux of the problem, which in some ways I guess isn't a bad thing. It's nice to have a life outside of YouTube. It really is. And I'm very happy with this project. I'm very, I'm just in a great space with it, really. So what to do? I want to do more. I want to make more stuff. I want to make more films and everything. I don't have a timeline per se as to when this particular film I'm working on is going to drop. I don't know when the trailer's gonna drop. As of right now with the film, as I'm recording this, not when you're seeing this, but as I'm recording this, I've basically finished the first draft of the film. There's a decent chunk of footage that is either missing, incomplete, or corrupt right now. And what I mean by that is that I have a cameraman, right? His name is Kieran. We used all his equipment to make the film. So I have spent the last 3 months trying to get the footage from him because he lives far away from me. And we're home right now, we're not in Toronto. So there's that. And he put it all on these USB drives. So in kind of doing that, he warned me about it too, that transferring that much footage, as he was, and everything risks some of it being corrupt, and some of it is corrupt, so I can't use it. There was also the chance, like he said, that he might have missed some footage, which he did. So I gotta figure out a way to get that from him. And then, you know, incomplete footage, the camera, for those of you who don't know how lav microphones work, lav microphones, they usually, you know, they're usually cordless. You either clip them on or you magnetize them to some part of your clothing or something, and then there's a receiver, and the receiver either connect to your phone or to your camera, and it records the audio from the mics rather than from the camera. Now, when we didn't have the cord that connects the receiver to the camera, we connected it to his phone instead of logically connecting it to my phone. And I think he forgot that he has that audio on his phone. So I need to get that audio from him. So some of the scenes don't have audio right now, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole post-production shit show. But what I do have looks really good. And I want to say at least 3/4, maybe 13/16 of the film right now, and those portions are looking pretty good. I do need to shoot some extra B-roll and stuff, because some of the scenes just cut so aggressively to different scenes and it feels very disjointed, but that's a whole thing for, you know, another day. I've been making waves on my own front. You know, this whole making a film experience has been very much it's been a learning experience, which is what I really want it to be. In part, it was a bit of like a finding myself kind of thing, you know, finding my groove. I talked about it before, I'll probably talk about it several times after this, but I've always said for the longest time, before I made this film, that I was not a director, right? I always saw myself as kind of a soldier more so than a general. You point me in a direction, I will do my task to the best of my ability as you need it, right? I always took pride in that. I took pride in being like a Swiss Army knife. So I never really saw myself in that kind of leadership position of like a director, and I don't want to direct anything that's anyone else's vision. You know, I don't want to be like a director for hire that, you know, produces a Marvel film or something. That's not me. If I'm gonna make a film, it's my own thing. But all that to say, you know, making this film, I learned a lot about me. I really did. It turns out I really do like directing, and I like writing, and I like making stuff like this, and I think this is what my passion is, because this has been going on for like over a year now, maybe a year and a half, and from the time I started writing to the time you know, to right now, and fuck, the passion hasn't left me for a second. I mean, there've been some frustrating times, but no, I'm still, it fills me with such a sense of purpose and completion and fulfillment to make stuff like this, and to just endow something with so much creative potency that, you know, it's cool, and there's a power to it, and like in some ways it's even more empowering than just being an actor with full creative control. I don't know, I really don't. It's so fun, and I'm enjoying editing. Like I'm loving everything, all the learning curves of this film, you know, kind of taking notes for how to, you know, make other projects I do more efficient, how to frame things better, how things will look on the post-production side, and you know, there's certain ideas that I had that I'm noticing aren't carrying over now that we filmed everything, that at the time, like, God, I can't give specific examples, but I had ideas for this character to kind of be, you know, kind of powerful, right? In a general term, I had ideas for this specific character of mine in this current film who is kind of like a dubious kind of detective-esque character, right? And I have these ideas for him to be, he's always in a position of power and everything. And while at the time, every time we filmed one of those scenes with this character, I got that feeling from it. I got that sense of it. In retrospect, it's like you don't get all of that from the character when you watch the film, and I find that very, very interesting. You know, I really do. So there's been a lot of like learning from even just the things of like intent versus presentation that I never really considered before. It's also just been really cool because it's been a while since I've seen me act. So at the time, while I was never really satisfied with any performance I gave in front of the camera, looking back on it, I'm happy with a lot of what I've done. And so there's just been a whole lot of perspective shifts and a whole lot of like learning curves and everything that I'm very, very pleased about. And so I'm grateful. I really am. I'm so glad that I get to do this, and I can't wait to do more of it. And I'm slowly but surely accumulating my own equipment so that I don't run into half these problems again. I'm gonna get like a nice kind of boom mic eventually. I'm working on that. I've got a camera coming in sometime between the 11th and the 18th. On Amazon Prime Day, not that I'm sponsored, but on Prime Day I ordered, and you'll see these microphones. I was testing them out playing Jazz Punk, and you'll see Jazz Punk pretty soon, but I got the Hollyland Lark Mark II kind of lavalier microphones. And I got the deluxe pack, so it comes with like the different, receivers for like older phones and current phones with like the C-type and whatever the USB kind of charging ports and the camera version of it. Like I don't know. I'm slowly accumulating my own equipment, and I think that's going to turn out much better for it. Yeah. I know that's a very long-winded thing. I kind of went on a little tangent there, but I'm in a good space. And while I haven't been the most focused on YouTube, I intend to kind of slowly get back to that point while I'm working on the film, because I think things are going to start to slow down a little bit for me while I wait to start picking things back up, using my camera to kind of correct some shots in the film, clean some things up. But honestly, I can't wait for people to see it. I can't wait for you guys to see it, whether you love it or hate it. I mean, it's technically basically a glorified, if not literally just a student film, but it's my film debut, and yeah, as bad as the movie may be in some people's eyes when it comes out, as much as some people might hate it for what it is, and I don't think there's anything that can make me hate it. I really don't. No, I think this is something I couldn't possibly hate ever, really. I don't know how much more in life could give me something like this, some kind of feeling like this. So I'm just going to keep using it. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys with more content very, very soon. More gaming, more vlogs, whatever else comes. I hope you enjoyed. I really do.